Good morning. It's Monday, October 27th. Here's what we're working on this morning.
I'm Jason Gaidola, and I'm currently at the new Confederation GO Train station here in Hamilton's East End, and I'm catching up with all the commuters heading out for work.
One of the most difficult countries to deal with has been Canada. As much as I love Canada itself and the people of Canada, they've just had a lot of bad representatives. They did a fake ad yesterday.
President Trump weighs in on a new ad using Ronald Reagan's anti-tariff message.
And Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers fall short in his return against the Packers. Good Monday morning. Everyone had a nice fall-like weekend.
My goodness, it was cold Friday.
Yeah.
It's cold Saturday. It's not getting any better, but what can we expect?
Well, it will be a degree better today.
Ooh, okay.
We got to 9 yesterday. Today we should hit 10.
Wow, double digits.
Yeah, so shy of seasonal. Oh yeah, what a frost yesterday morning. Yeah, a really thick one. Frost again this morning in a lot of areas. Frost advisories are out. We're sitting at 1 degree at the moment. So, and it could fall even farther because, you know, that always happens even before sunrise, and we've got a long way to go before sunrise. We will see a bit of sun for the day today. So a mix of sun and clouds. There will be a chance of a shower today in the Hamilton area. Other areas, it's going to be a fairly sunny day. But yeah, still staying cool, below seasonal. Temperature today going to climb to 10. We'll talk about it coming up. Quick check on traffic, 403 Waterdown Road. Our exclusive camera there doing fine. Nothing to see. It's just a little busier coming out of Hamilton. A few MTO traffic cameras. There's not a lot happening this morning. Red Hill Creek camera, so Toronto bound towards us, coming around from Centennial Parkway. Doing fine, top of the Skyway, all the way through Bronte. Nothing really going on as usual this time of the morning, which is good. We'll look at weather and traffic coming up in a few minutes for you right now. The news.
Thank you, Brian. Those who commute from Hamilton's East End have another option to get around starting today. The much-anticipated Confederation GO Train station is officially in service. Jason Gaidola is with us this morning down at the station on Centennial Parkway near the QEW. Good morning, Jason.
Good morning, Rick. After a few years, commuters finally get to make that transition from bus to train. And it was around 5:50 where the first train had finally departed on the Lakeshore West line. And commuters were pretty excited about their trip this morning. And the construction had completed here just a few weeks ago. And this new station features a fully accessible platform with canopies, a bicycle racks, a pickup and drop-off area, and just under 150 parking spots. Now, this does to be a pivotal stopover here on the GO Transit line, considering the expansion that has been developing from here to the Niagara region. All existing lines from to and from Niagara along the GTA. Through Hamilton. This will be a stopover on those existing lines, and they will also be adding additional lines between here and Hamilton GO West station in the near the downtown core. Now, as for this morning, there were a few commuters getting on that first train, and they're happy that this is going to be part of their normal routine. If you need more details, you can go to gotransit.com for those details. Coming up later in the morning, local MPP Neil Lumsden is expected to be here, so stay tuned for that. Simone, back to you.
Thanks, Jason. Prime Minister Mark Carney is highlighting Canada's reliability and steadiness without naming the United States or calling out President Donald Trump directly. Carney spoke at the Association of Southeast Asian Nations Leaders Summit in Malaysia, saying Canada values a rules-based system and respects both trade agreements and the rule of law. His comments come after Trump added an extra 10% tariff on Canada for not stopping an anti-tariff ad from the Ontario government that aired during the World Series game on Friday.
Meanwhile, U.S. President Donald Trump has commented on the Ronald Reagan anti-tariff advertisement. Audio of the comments were recorded on Air Force One while Trump traveled from Malaysia to Japan.
Canada's been ripping us off for a long time. and they're not going to rip us off anymore. Canada has been ripping us off for a long time. One of the most difficult countries to deal with has been Canada. As much as I love Canada itself and the people of Canada, they've just had a lot of bad representatives. They did a fake ad yesterday. They were caught. The Ronald Reagan Foundation was the one that caught them, and it was totally the opposite of what they said. So I don't like that. That's dirty pool, and you can't do that. And let me just tell you, they shouldn't have done it. They've apologized, and they said, we're going to take the ad down. Well, they did it, but they did it very late. They let it play for another 2 nights, and now they took that ad down. So I don't know when it's going to kick in. We'll see, but I don't really want to discuss it.
Trump and Prime Minister Mark Carney are set to be at another summit in South Korea later this week. Trump has ruled out a meeting with Carney and says he won't be meeting with the PM for a long time.
New data shows home prices in Hamilton have dropped by roughly 27% in the last 3 years. According to the latest house price survey by Royal LePage, the aggregate home price in Hamilton fell by just over 5% since this time last year. The average price for a single-family detached home in our area is nearly $878,000, even lower for condos, which fell to a median price of just over $454,000.
Flu shots and the COVID-19 vaccine are now available for everyone starting today. They're available for free at local pharmacies, public health units, and doctors' offices. High-risk and priority groups were eligible for the vaccines last month, but now they're open to the general public. Officials say it is safe to receive both the flu and COVID-19 shots at the same time. Ontario's Chief Medical Officer of Health, Dr. Kieran Morris, is staying up to date on vaccines, helps protect yourself and others from respiratory illnesses.
Canada is poised to lose its international status as a measles-free country now that an outbreak that began in New Brunswick and spread to other provinces has hit the 1-year mark. The country eliminated measles in 1998 and maintained that status for more than 25 years. That meant there was no ongoing community transmission and new cases were travel-related. But since October 27th last year, the virus has spread to more than 5,000 people in Canada, including 2 infants in Ontario and Alberta who were infected with measles in the womb and died after they were born. Public health and infectious disease experts attribute the return of measles to declining vaccination rates.
An editorial published in the Canadian Medical Association Journal says more youth are using opioids, and they're calling for urgent action to provide treatment when they become addicted. The authors say the Ontario Student Drug Use and Health Survey found a dramatic rise in students using prescription painkillers for non-medical reasons, increasing from almost 13% in 2021 to nearly 22% in 2023. The survey also says students in grades 7 to 9 were more likely to report using those opioids than older students in grades 10 to 12.
A new report from Food Banks Canada says the hunger crisis across the country is getting worse. The Hunger Count report says that there were nearly 2.2 million monthly visits to food banks in March 2025. That's 5% higher than the same time last year and nearly double since before the pandemic in 2019. 1 in 5 visitors were working adults and 1/3 were children. Food Banks Canada is calling on the government to extend employment insurance to gig and self-employed workers and increase the disability benefit introduced this past summer. Authorities have arrested 2 suspects in connection with the theft of crown jewels from Paris's Louvre Museum. Officials announced the arrests yesterday, a week after the daring heist. One suspect was caught at Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport while attempting to leave the country. The theft, which took less than 8 minutes, involved jewels valued at 88 million euros. Investigators from a special police unit made these arrests. The Louvre reopened earlier this week after the high-profile theft stunned the world. Visitors expressed relief over the arrests, emphasizing the importance of recovering the stolen jewels.
Sportsline, the top 2 teams in the Canadian Premier League squared off at Hamilton Stadium, with the winner punching their ticket to the final.
One of the best defenders in the CPL from a midfield position. He's up against the best striker this league's ever seen in a season. And
David Chouanier opened the scoring for Forge FC in the 23rd minute, but Atletico Ottawa's Gabriel Antonoro scored one of the prettiest goals of the year to even the score. In the 58th minute, the visitors took the lead when Samuel Salter headed home a goal, and Ottawa is up 2-1. And that's how this game would end, which means Forge will host Cavalry this coming Sunday, with the winner moving on to face Ottawa for the North Star Cup. Jordan Love threw for 360 yards and 3 touchdowns, including 2 to tight end Tucker Kraft, as the Packers beat the Steelers 35-25 last night. Aaron Rodgers, who won 4 MVPs and a Super Bowl in 18 years with Green Bay, threw for 219 yards and 2 scores in his first game against his former club. Green Bay improving to 5-1-1. Pittsburgh is now 4-3.
That's a different animal.
Here's Cook. Good patient run. He busts it through. Right on kill. Off to the races. James Cook. House call. Touchdown. Somersault. He's in.
James Cook goes off for a 64-yard touchdown as the Buffalo Bills crushed Carolina 40-9 and stopped their 2-game losing streak. Cook rushed for a career-high 216 yards and had 2 scores, while Josh Allen improved to 8-0 after losing 2 straight games.
Lead pass, flag goes up and throws it down, and a foul on Mahmoud. Impressive.
Rookie Cooper Flagg scored 22 points, including that poster dunk to help the Mavericks bounce the Raptors 139-129. Anthony Davis led Dallas with 25 points. Scotty Barnes scored a game-high 33 and added 11 rebounds for Toronto, who visit San Antonio tonight. World Series shifts to Los Angeles tonight, where the Blue Jays and Dodgers will meet in Game 3. Toronto skipper John Schneider says he expects Bo Bichette to be back in the lineup.
Expect him to be in there. He's out here working out today and felt good coming out of yesterday. So I think with each day that goes on, he'll probably get as close to normal as he can.
With the series tied 1-1, Toronto will send Max Scherzer to the mound, while the Dodgers will counter with Tyler Glasnow. First pitch from Dodger Stadium tonight is 8 p.m. Winnipeg Jets prospect Kevin He had a hat trick to lead the Niagara Ice Dogs over the Brampton Steelheads 5-1. The victory gives Niagara a 3-point lead atop the OHL Central Division. Adam Badak scored twice, and Jake O'Brien had a goal and 3 assists as the Brantford Bulldogs dumped Oshawa 4-1. Bulldogs are now 11-0-1-1, tops in the Eastern Conference. After clinching first place in the CFL's East Division, the Ticats get to enjoy a bye week, and fans are excited.
Glad they finished first place. It's important to have home field advantage. And we wait for the outcome of the Winnipeg-Montreal game. Either team, it's going to be a battle back here in Hamilton.
They did quite well in the season. They had some ups and some downs. They had some downs, but overall, I think they played well and really gelled as a team.
Hamilton will face either Montreal or Winnipeg in the East Final. Out west, Saskatchewan will play the winner of the BC-Calgary semifinal.
All right, coming up on 13 past 6 o'clock, 27th morning of October, and yeah, it's Monday again. So let's get you into what's going on here with traffic. So really nothing happening. We have no collisions. Really no volume either. 403 and Waterdown Road area, our exclusive camera, doing okay right now. To some MTO traffic cameras as usual, start in St. Catharines. Have a look at the QEW Glendale. Nothing there. Red Hill Creek still doing fine. Already getting slow at Fairview. So you're coming off the Skyway heading toward Brant Street. Yeah, it's getting slow through here. East of Royal Windsor and Oakville, Dixie Road in Mississauga. Not a lot going on, which is good this morning, so please take it carefully. Oh, what is going on this morning is our temperature, yes, is dropping. As I said it would, we're now sitting at 0, but that north-northeast wind at 12 kilometers an hour makes it feel like -4. So we have a wind chill here this morning. And the sky is fairly clear at the moment. For school today, 10 degrees, winds will be light. Now, there is a slim chance of a shower today. It's only a 40% chance of a shower. Otherwise, we'll have the sun. We'll call it a mix of sun and clouds for the day today. No problems with air quality at all today. We're looking at that ridge of high pressure up to the north, and that's what's cleared up the skies. Gave us a sunny day yesterday. A fairly light winds as well, hardly a wind. And then today, it's going to head up farther to the north, but it's still going to influence us. There's a chance of a shower for Halton, Peel, Toronto, and for Hamilton. Everybody else is going to have the sunshine. So not a bad day today. So we're looking at 10, 11 degrees today, 12 for Cayuga and Simcoe. Lovely sun. There's that chance of a shower. Slim for Halton, Peel, Toronto, and for Hamilton. Tonight, another chilly night. 2 for Niagara, 1 for Hamilton, -1 for Brantford, but 3 and 4 for Halton, Peel, Toronto. And then tomorrow, pretty much the same temperature-wise, 10, 11, 12 degrees tomorrow, but lovely sunshine for the day with, again, a chance of a shower for Peel into Toronto later in the afternoon. So 27th of October, out the door this morning. It is mainly clear. The winds are light. Temperature right now 0, but the wind chill -4. Long range coming up. Simone, right?
Thanks, Brian. Coming up after the break, Equifax Canada says scam attempts are rising sharply. We'll tell you more after the break. In overseas trading this morning, the Canadian dollar is up 7 basis points to 71.48 cents U.S. Gold is down $60 an ounce, and oil is up 2 cents a barrel. In midday European trading, markets in London and Frankfurt are up this hour. Paris is down.
Asian shares rallied today, with Tokyo topping 50,000 for the first time, while Hong Kong and Shanghai were also up. North American markets closed strongly Friday, with the TSX up 166 points. The Dow climbed 472, while the Nasdaq was up 263 points.
Equifax Canada says Canadians are facing a flood of scam attempts, with 1 in 3 reporting fraudulent job or CRA-related texts in the past 3 months. The Equifax Cybersecurity Survey reveals a growing preparedness gap in what to do in cases of scams or fraud. Nearly 2/3 of Canadians surveyed said they would contact the police if their identity was stolen, and half would reach out to a credit bureau. Of those surveyed, 79% stated they would contact their bank. However, 9% admit they wouldn't know what to do at all. 1 in 4 Canadians surveyed also reported receiving scam emails, while a further 13% admit to clicking on a fraudulent link, and 6% say they have already had their identity stolen.
The Bank of Canada is widely expected to lower its benchmark interest rate again this week, even as recent data suggests a case for holding steady. The central bank cut its key rate by a quarter point to 2.5% in late September, ending a streak of 3 consecutive holds. Since then, Statistics Canada has reported a surprise gain of 60,000 jobs and a jump in September inflation, both signs the economy may still be running warm. Still, BMO chief economist Doug Porter says the broader picture points to a slowdown, noting job growth has stalled since January and core inflation remains steady. Wednesday's decision will be the bank's second last of the year, coming just days before Ottawa releases its fall budget.
Amazon plans to invest $1.6 billion in the Netherlands over the next 3 years. The investment is the company's largest in the Eurozone's 5th biggest economy since it put down roots in the Netherlands in 2020. Amazon has around 1,000 employees in that country. Amazon says the Netherlands is an important growth market, and the investments will allow it to better serve its customers and improve services.
Australia's competition regulator is suing Microsoft, accusing it of misleading millions of customers into paying higher prices for its Microsoft 365 software after bundling it with artificial intelligence tool Copilot. The Australian Competition and Consumer Commission alleged that from October 2024, the technology giant misled about 2.7 million customers by suggesting they had to move to higher-priced Microsoft 365 personal and family plans that included Copilot. After the integration of Copilot, the annual subscription price of Microsoft 365 personal plan increased by 45%, and the price of the family plan increased by 29%. That's according to the Commission. The regulator said Microsoft failed to clearly tell users that a cheaper classic plan without Copilot was still available.
We're going to take a quick time out. Brian is going to return with your traffic and 7-day weather forecast. Stay with us.
624, we'll call it that. Coming up on it anyhow. Here's a look at our MTO traffic cameras. QEW at Martindale and St. Catharines, very light. Top of the Skyway Bridge is starting to get a little bit busy. So coming towards us, Toronto-bound lanes, obviously. Bronte Road still doing fine. No problems at Sheridan through Mississauga. And the 403-407 split looks pretty good as you head down toward the Ford plant. Temperature this morning, oh yeah, we're struggling a little bit. 0 for Hamilton at the moment. but then you factor in the winds. It feels like -4 right now. So Grimsby 3, same for Mississauga, 6 for Toronto right now. Seasonals this time of year are 11 for the daytime high. Didn't get there yesterday. We won't get there today. And 2 for the overnight low, so generally below seasonal. Those are our sun times and records for today. Now there is a chance of a shower today. It's just a slim chance, only 40%. Otherwise, it'll be a mix of sun and clouds, so should be 4 degrees for the first bell. And then 10 degrees. There's that daytime high for after school. And that's how it shapes up. Chance of a shower today, that's all. Down to 1 overnight as the skies will be clear. And tomorrow, a beautiful sunny day, temperature 10 degrees. We climb to 11. Chance of a shower on Wednesday, otherwise some sunshine. And then Thursday, Halloween, of course, on Friday, 7 and 9, we get showers. And then the weekend looks to be damp, chance of showers, and 9 degrees again. That's your forecast. Simone, Rick.
Thanks, Brian. Nature can be graceful, imposing, and awe-inspiring, but sometimes it's just downright funny.
Now that's the spirit behind the Nikon Comedy Wildlife Awards, and this year's finalists have just been revealed. Judges have selected 40 photos, 3 portfolios, and 10 videos showcasing some of nature's most hilarious moments. From a dancing gorilla, there's a laughing lion, there's also a squirrel with a bad hair day. Now the decade-old contest received nearly 10,000 entries from 108 countries this year. Winners, look at this guy. Winners are going to be named in London, England on December 9th, and the categories will feature reptiles, insects, fish, and even young photographers. Public voting for the People's Choice Awards opens the day after the ceremony. Oh. What is happening with these frogs?
Is this a hug or a wrestling match?
I'm going to go with hug. He's helping him out of the water.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
These are so funny. Just being able to capture that moment instantly, because if you know animals, they don't always hold that shot.
No,
I mean,
that's very true.
I have a ton of funny photos of my dog, but those shots only come far and few in between.
Yeah, that squirrel looked like me on a good hair day. Stay with us, more to come after the break here on Morning Live.